Hey, yo, everybody. Welcome to the Wrestling Fans Insight Sunday Takedown. I am your host, John Hoppe. Alongside with me this week, we have Carlos. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you guys? Happy, I guess, what is it? Great American Bash Sunday, right? Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say Great American Bash Day. I'm like, wait, man, we're not going to bash the Great American here, so that's kind of rude, but...
We do enough of that on Twitter.
Everything going good for you, bro?
Yeah, just tired today. You know, I'm somebody who's usually going to bed really late and then kind of wake up late. But we're doing some construction around the house, getting an air conditioner installed. So like I was up extra early, but I was productive about it. So, you know, I'll be drinking extra energy drinks today to help nobody gets on my bad side when I go to work later on today. It might not be cute.
Oh, man.
Duck for cover.
I was going to say, Carlos is going to go for it today. Watch out, everybody. Chair shots to everyone.
Yeah.
And we also have Heather. Heather, how are you?
Doing good. Pretty tired. I stayed out till like 1 o'clock last night. Went hung out with my brother and his wife and some friends. Played Uno, which I hadn't done in a long time. So, and I'm kind of too old to be staying out late, so I'm pretty tired.
Oh, too old, my ass.
No, I had a good time though. It was like good getting out of the house and stuff, and just, you know, because it's been a long time, you know, like I said, since I went out, and it's just have fun. So,
well, good.
But I'm here.
You need more nights like that, you know.
Yeah, it was really fun, man. Like I said, I hadn't played Uno in a long time, and like hanging out with my brother and his wife, and there was like a few other people there, and just like the game was like, it was so much fun. Like, because you know sometimes Uno can go on forever, and like the first game was quick, and then the last game we played, it was like really long, and then finally I won! Yay!
Sweet. So maybe we'll have Heather on a good note today. Well, all righty. Well, without any further ado, today we're going to cover our predictions for not only the NXT Great North. Jeez,
John's making his own pay-per-views already.
The NXT Great American Bash PLE that is scheduled tonight, but we are also going to get into WWE SummerSlam prediction card, which will air this coming Saturday, actually. So. Lots of good events coming up here these next couple of weeks. You two ready to get it on for the Great American Bash here?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and start off with the kickoff show? And this time I didn't even have to have Carlos tell me what it was going to be because it was already announced. But for the kickoff show, we're going to have the Metaphor versus Dragon Lee, Nathan Fraser, Ulisa Leon, and Valentino Feroz. Why don't we start off with Carlos on what his thoughts are?
I hope Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier and them win, because I mean I'm tired of seeing Dragon Lee take losses. Like, he's somebody who I think should be elevated higher. I'm not really enjoying it. The Metaphor are really entertaining. I do like them together, but they don't need the win, I don't think. Put some shoes on, Nathan Frazier. I mean, what's his name?
Oh, dear.
Noam Dar. He had ugly feet. I'm like, oh my God, put some shoes on, please. Sad.
And Heather, I know this is NXT isn't normally your thing, but do you have a prediction for this one?
Yeah, I had put down that Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier and whoever the other people are, I put down that I wanted them to win because, you know, I really like, I've always said, you know, that I like Dragon Lee, and then of course, you know, I like Nathan Frazier. So I was just putting down that I hope that they would win, you know, because I'm really not sure. The other people I don't really know much about, you know.
Oh, it's all good because, you know, the last time you did blind picks, you
she won.
Yeah. So don't let Heather fool you. Heather's probably doing this on purpose to dumb it down and make us all look like tools. So
she probably studies it like frame by frame and fucking goes and watches old YouTube clips and shit, and then she's like, oh, I don't watch it at all.
Lordy. And one, I'm thinking this is our Facebook admin, Trisha Pilo. I hope I pronounced her last name wrong, but
so, honey, I'm 53.
There she goes, Heather. She's laying the smackdown on you, hun. I'm 53 and I need to get out. And so apparently I don't know if she was directing that toward me or toward you, but thank you for joining us, Trish. I appreciate it.
Honestly, like for me, that's one thing I like about working weekends, because like then I don't feel like old because I don't go out anywhere. like I had to work. I'm working today instead of sitting at home like watching wrestling on a Saturday night. So like makes me feel better about myself. Like I'm not that old yet. I could still go tear up the dance floor.
You know what? Even in my younger years, I'm such an introvert that I would rather stay home and watch wrestling than go out and
just stay home and shine your balls.
yeah. You mean bowling balls, right?
I mean balls.
You son of a bugger. Yes. No, actually, I actually enjoyed staying home watching wrestling just because, that was a tradition my grandfather and I used to have when I spent the day there mowing his lawn, and then we just chilled back, drinking lemonade and eating ice cream. So, but
your origin story, that's where the love of ice cream started.
Well, yeah, I could tell you stories about that on another time.
Oh my.
Yeah. So without any further ado, let's give William's prediction. He went with the metaphor, as well as Bryan the Hype Ballard. He went with the metaphor.
How dare they?
Well, wait till I get to mine. I am going in that same direction. Noam Dar is kind of kicking back to life, and I think him taking that L may not really happen. So I'm going with the metaphor on this one. But while we move on to the North American Championship match, which is going to be in a triple threat style.
We're talking about the main event already? Oh, sorry.
I don't think this is main event, buddy. Nice try, though. We have the champion, the newly champion, Heather's favorite, Dominic Mysterio, defending against Wesley and also Mustafa Ali. Heather, I know this is going to kill you, but let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this.
As much as I freaking hate it, I'm Dom is gonna retain. I'd love to see Wesley get it. I'd love to see Wesley get his title back, but I know they're not going to take that title off Dom this soon, because he's getting so much heat for already. Because he's the ultimate heel, as everybody's saying. So I don't see them taking that title off him this right now. Probably not for a while as things are going.
Well, and I already see cats living with dogs. Thanks, Heather, for that prediction. Carlos, what's your thoughts?
I definitely think Dominic's going to keep it. They've had good ratings with him on there. And again, there's no damage of having him continue to be on NXT. I think Dominic, Dirty Dom, the new tribal chief of NXT, I think he definitely holds on to the title. And Heather, you don't need to answer my question on Twitter about your current wrestling crush, because I already know it's Dominic. I know you're just mad. I know you're just mad because you can't have him. So again,
I don't know. I think it was a toss up between him and Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean, the question's already been answered for me. I don't need you to chime in later. I mean, I would appreciate the engagement, though.
Well, as far as William and Bryan, they both went with Dominic Mysterio, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to go that same direction. It's 100% on our entire team. We're all thinking Dominic Mysterio retains over Wesley and Mustafa Ali. I just somehow think Liam Ali will be too much negating each other, and Dominic will somehow get like a surprise roll up to keep the championship. Not that it's a spoiler alert or anything. Why don't we move on to the Weapons Wild match? This one we've seen a very different side of Roxanne Perez. We found out the mysterious attacker of the women's division was Blair Davenport, and for whatever reason, Roxanne Perez was the one that finally had enough of the attacks and is showing much more aggressive side to her. However, Blair Davenport, she's got a mean streak in her as well, and she'll do anything it takes to win. I'm going with Blair Davenport getting the victory here. And why don't we start off with Heather on this? Well, we'll go to Heather for her reaction.
I put down that Roxanne is gonna win. I saw where they went into the store and they had that fight and everything, and Roxanne was just kind of. I was like, wow, okay, where's this coming from? Because she was just like kind of just beating the crap out of her which of course Blair was holding her own, but it's just like seeing that extra spark and fight in Roxanne, that we can't really had seen before, which Roxanne's kind of already had the fight in her, but like this is like extra. So I just think she's gonna win.
Carlos?
I think Blair Davenport too, because I don't think the feud ends yet. So I think you have to have the heel win this one to continue the feud. The one thing I just want to give a quick shout out, to Chad Frost here. I mean, I like that he kind of was trying to recreate the Booker T. Steve Austin's grocery fight with the build up to this. Again, it didn't really hit for me. I didn't really enjoy it, but at the same time, I appreciate the effort, that they're trying things, in NXT. So yeah, Blair Davenport.
And I agree. I think they're going to want to find a way to continue that feud, and giving Blair Davenport the win would make more sense here. However, they've managed to surprise us before. But going from the Wild Weapon match, another wild matchup here, making his NXT debut, we have Gabe Stevenson taking on Baron Corbin. This is going to be interesting because we've been seeing a lot of vignettes with Baron Corbin trying to refine himself. And you okay there, Carlos?
Yeah, I just dropped the mic. Mic drop.
Wrong company. Carlos doing his own version of the pipe bomb there. But Carlos, why don't we get your predictions on Baron Corbin and taking on Gabe Stevenson?
Oh, I mean, I think first of all, I'm excited for this match again. I just like they're utilizing Baron Corbin, that he's getting back. I'm a big fan of Baron Corbin, but I definitely think Gable Stevenson is going to win this match. And I'm excited for WWE that I guess he's going to stick around and he's going to start fighting for them. So, and again, if he's 50% of what Kurt Angle is, I'm excited for this. So I definitely think Gable's going to pick up the win.
All right. And before we go to you, Heather, I apologize. I forgot to mention William and Bryan's picks for the Weapons Wild match. Both of them picked Roxanne Perez. So,
oh wow, all right,
yeah.
Here's where we take the lead.
I was gonna say, here's where Carlos and I kind of take advantage, maybe. Yep. But anyways, Heather, your thoughts on Corbin versus Stevenson?
I had first put down that I thought Baron Corbin was going to win because I think he really needs to win because since they're trying to rebrand him or whatever, bring him back, whatever. I thought that he would be good for him to win, but they're also trying to bring up Gable and show out what he can do and everything. So I changed it to I think Gable's going to win.
Wow, and this is maybe where I'm actually going to be the odd duck out, and this is probably where I lose. But I am actually going with Baron Corbin just for the fact they're trying to repackage him. I'm really hoping they go back to his lone wolf days and starts dominating again, but not like these quick 2-minute matches like he had in NXT Black and Gold. Definitely give him some competitors for sure. But I think this one's going to be pretty good just because Baron Corbin's really good at getting talent over and making them look very well in the ring. As far as William and Bryan, they both also picked Gable Stevenson, so it's 80-20 right there on us. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the NXT tag team.
And our Facebook user, they picked Blair in the last one.
Yeah, they picked Blair, and then they picked
Dom for the win. Yeah, going with Gable
and Gable. So just maybe we'll get their names on who's actually admitting to this.
Oh, it's me. No, I'm scared.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, knowing you. You're trying to muddy the water here for all of us. But why don't we go right into the NXT World Tag Team Championship, where champions Gallus takes on the family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Heather, who are you predicting in this one?
I think Gallus is going to retain. I don't know if the family, is that what they're called? I just don't see if they're going to go ahead and give them the titles right now. Gallus has just been kind of dominant, so I think they're going to retain.
Carlos?
I'm gonna go with FBI 2.0. I think that they need a win. Like Tony's been in NXT for a year already. I think over a year. He was really hot when he came in, then it kind of cooled him. I don't think Gallus. I don't see anything else for Gallus to do with the titles. Maybe they're gonna get a main roster call up, but I think it's time for the family to take it.
Both William and Bryan took on Gallus as their prediction.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I'm with you again, brother. I think this is going to the family for a particular.
Forget about it.
We've had Tony D out of action for the last few weeks. There's been quite the buildup for those two. There's quite the buildup, those two going for the NXT Tag Team Champions and looking to get gold in the family. Tony D'Angelo's had opportunity after opportunity, but I think this is the time where he actually goes in and he will actually get the gold on this run. So, but how long it will take, who knows, for them to lose those belts. I just think that the NXT championships need a fresh new look, and switching them to D'Angelo and Stax would be a good move, in my opinion. And we have Gallus for the win from the other Facebook user. And apparently I found out it is pronounced Pilo. So I know for sure this is Trisha. So
Okay.
Trisha, thank you for
Hi, Trisha.
you do.
Thanks for supporting us.
Yes, and thank you for being the great admin on our Facebook page there. So, and we're going to move on to. Sorry, there we go. A submission match for the NXT Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton, the champion, defending against Thea Hale. This is their second match. Where the first match we saw Thea Hale, in a way, technically had the win, but because of shenanigans, no referee to call it. Tiffany ended up retaining over her. I'm going to go over William and Bryan's pick. Both of them are already calling it Tiffany retaining her championship. Heather, what's your thoughts?
I think Tiffany's going to retain. I think, Thea is doing really awesome right now, the submission and everything, but I just don't think that she's ready for her title, so I think Tiffany's going to retain.
All right. Carlos?
Oh, Tiffany Stratton, come on.
Well, did you have any other thoughts for the match?
I honestly, I just, it's like I listen to other people talking about this, and it's like it's just a weird thing, like that I hope the match goes well. Like I'm afraid this match is gonna shit the bed, and so and I hope it doesn't for both these women, because I do like them both. Like I like Thea Hale, her energy. I think she's a cool, good talent. Does a lot, that she could do a lot in the future. And of course, I love Tiffany Stratton. I've been a fan of her since day one. I hope it just doesn't shit the bed. I hope they're not making a mistake by doing a submission match with these two, and I hope they're able to pull it off.
I think so. I think Tiffany pulls out a new move in her arsenal here. And I am going to agree with the rest of you, including Trisha P-Lot. I'm pronouncing it wrong again still. P-Lot. So thank you, Trisha, for your prediction. I'm going with Tiffany. We're all 100% on Tiffany retaining. I just think it's way too early for Thea to have it, although her in-ring skills have improved quite a bit since she first came onto the scene. So, and when we go on to the NXT Championship, the champion Carmelo Hayes will be defending against Ilya Dragunov. And why don't we start with Carlos on his prediction?
This one's tough, but I definitely think Carmelo's going to retain the title. To me, I feel like if Ilya Dragunov was going to win the NXT Championship, he would have already done it. And so I just don't see him winning again. But it's going to be a great match. I'm really looking forward to it, to watching it when I get off work. But I definitely think Carmelo's going to retain.
All right, Heather?
Yeah, I think Carmelo's going to retain too. I think it's going to be a really good match though, because the Ray goodness gracious, the Ray Dragunov wrestlers anyway. He's just put it all out there. So, but I think Carmelo's going to retain.
right. And before I give mine, we do have one upset victory. That's going to be William. He predicted Ilya on this, which is kind of interesting. However, Bryan has also decided to go with Carmelo Hayes. This one is a toss up for me because both guys are deserving of that championship. I think it's time for Ilya, though, to move on to the main roster. I would like to see Carmelo stick with that championship for a little while longer. So my prediction is going to go with Carmelo Hayes. And before we wrap it up for the predictions on the Great American Bash, we'll start with Carlos. Do you think we're going to see any surprises come in or surprise finishes for this card?
The only thing I could think of is Braun Breaker's not on the card, so I really find that interesting that they're leaving him off this card. So I could definitely see him showing up somewhere with this card. Other than that, I don't think so. I mean, I think this is going to be a straightforward pay-per-view. I think you'll probably see somebody help. I think you'll see Judgment Day there to help Dominic, but I don't know if that's really going to be considered a surprise.
No, based off what we're seeing lately.
Exactly.
And Heather, do you have any predictions on surprise finishes or surprise appearances?
No, not really. I just really hope the it's going to be worth watching. The show's going to be worth watching.
Now, wait
and then like
you can always tweet while you're on it, multitask. That's what I always do these days with wrestling.
No, I mean, I think it'll be okay. I just really don't keep up with NXT, but I just, I just hope it's going to be worth watching. But, and of course, the Judgment Day is going to come out there and interfere, and I'm going to be screaming at my TV again. And yeah.
Heather's going to have those Uno cards on standby.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, now that we've got our predictions out of the way, why don't we go ahead and let's move on to the SummerSlam predictions. This one's actually a pretty loaded card, a little better than I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. So I don't really see a bad match on here, except maybe possibly one, but it depends on how they book it too. So
you gotta say like the steroids, SummerSlam.
I can't do that. I'm not good enough. Do it again, though, Carlos.
SummerSlam, if you will.
Well, we start off with the, I think is going to be maybe the obvious starter, but I can never predict what they're going to do.
Ricochet and Logan Paul are going to open the show because Logan's trying to get to his brother's. He's trying to get to his brother's fight. Another strike for John.
Whatever, Carlos, just eat it. Well, why don't we start off with the WWE SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal? Something we just apparently found out the other night on SmackDown is going to take place. I'm assuming this is kind of taken in place of what was supposed to be the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match that we're not going to see. Why don't we start off with Heather on who her thoughts possibly will win this one?
Which one was it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Oh, when did that even become a thing? Like I just saw it randomly on SmackDown. I must have missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, the first two.
Who I was going to be in it? I know LA Knight and Sheamus, right?
Yeah, I would predict one of those two are probably going to be the winners.
Yeah, I'm going to go with LA Knight.
All right, Carlos.
LA Knight. I think LA Knight they have to let him win this. I mean, and again, for me, like this is where we got to try to hold WWE creative, to a candle because they said like they're supposed to start his push after SummerSlam, so this is the perfect thing to ignite it. So I'm definitely gonna go with LA Knight.
Yeah,
I mean The Rock. No, I'm just kidding. LA Knight.
Really? You always have to be that one person in the room.
John Cena's turning heel tonight.
Yeah. So William Bryan also went with LA Knight, and
yeah,
I'm continuing the trend. I'm going with LA Knight for the winner of the SummerSlam Slim Jim Battle Royal. And the one match which I thought that I pretty much said might be the stinker out of any of them. This is your fault, Carlos. I know it somewhere, somehow. We're going to go with Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. So, Carlos, your thoughts on and prediction?
So for the SummerSlam bathroom break of 2023, I mean, it's definitely going to be Shayna. Ronda's leaving, she's going away. Hopefully after this. I have all the respect in the world for Ronda. I loved her first run in WWE. Her match with her and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie is one of my favorite WrestleMania matches. But this is a big fail. The division doesn't need her anymore. And again, I want to see Shayna go back to black and gold Shayna. So definitely Shayna for the win. And again, I hope this match, because it's going to be a fight match. I hope that it's okay. I'm hoping for better, because I don't want to see, as much as I'm tired with Ronda, I think she deserves to go out on a good note. And I want to see Shayna. She doesn't get very many pay-per-view matches, so I want to see this be a good one for her.
Heather?
I think Shayna's going to win. It's just the way she's been, the build up and everything. And, Ronda's supposed to be leaving or whatever. But I just, I'm not really interested in this match. Not at all. I don't know. I haven't really liked Ronda's time in it, like her wrestling or her promo, anything like that. She's too stiff and everything. So, but anyway, I just think Shayna's going to win.
All right. I'm right there with both of you. I just think with everybody pretty much knowing Ronda's hard close contract coming to an end, it wouldn't really make sense for her to go over. Shayna Baszler's my pick. William and Bryan also picked Shayna Baszler, and I believe Trisha also picked Shayna. So I think that's 100% there. Everybody is going with Shayna. But let's go into Carlos's pick for the first match of the night. We have Logan Paul taking on Ricochet. And before we start, I know Bryan predicted Logan Paul. Heather, what's your thoughts?
I picked Ricochet because I'm really freaking sick of Logan Paul. I'm hoping Ricochet will beat his ass.
All right, Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the bottom line. I'm really excited for this match. Again, if I walked in my bedroom, both these guys were in there, I wouldn't complain about it. So again, I'm going with Logan Paul. I think if they have a lot of money invested in Logan Paul, and I don't think he can take another loss here. I think Ricochet can. Unfortunately, I like Pretty Ricky. Again, I would love to see him get like a Rey Mysterio kind of push to the world title, because he's such an underrated talent. But I definitely think Logan Paul is going to win, and it is going to be the opener of the match, John. So next week, I expect an apology, because he's trying to get to his brother's fight. As soon as this match is over, he's taking a flight to go watch his brother fight Nate Diaz in Vegas. So, or not in Vegas, I think wherever they're fighting. I know. I think maybe Texas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say Logan Paul?
Yes, Logan Paul.
Sorry, I fell asleep over you.
Sorry to bore you.
Oh man, here we go. Yeah, I'm going with Logan Paul on this. He's lost back-to-back PLEs that he's been able to attend. I think it's time for him to get the win again, and I think they're going to find something a little more intriguing to use Paul in here in the near future. Whatever it is, I don't know yet, but it will be interesting to see what they do with him after this match. Facebook user saying, I want to see Logan win. Awesome. I'm not sure.
I like her even more now.
I don't know if that was Trisha or William, because William, I think, has also been on Facebook, who isn't able to be with us today. So shout out to William. Thank you for joining us too. Yeah, I'm saying Logan Paul's probably going to end up taking this one. This is one that's going to be really interesting here now, because now it's match number 2. And after she got the win on the previous on Raw, Becky Lynch is going to get another shot at Trish Stratus. Carlos, your prediction on this one?
This is their second fight, right?
Yes.
And Becky won the first one, right? So
no, Trish.
Oh, Trish did, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Becky, and I think the third one's gonna be a Hell in a Cell, maybe at the next review. But I definitely think Becky wins this one. But yeah, Becky Lynch, big time, or the man,
big time Bex.
Yeah.
All right, not Carlos, Heather.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Becky. I think she's gonna win. Of course, we're probably gonna have Zoe Stark interfere, but I think Becky's gonna pull it off.
Yeah, I think it's time to tie up the series for these two. That way, going into the rubber match, it'll be more interesting. I'm gonna go with Becky as well because Becky versus Trish 3 is going to be very awesome. I hope it is Hell in a Cell or some type of steel cage match because that's what Trish Stratus wants to go out on. So, and we still never received word from Bryan, so we're going to just say 100% on Becky Lynch, as William also predicted Lynch to win this match. Let's move on to the WWE Intercontinental Championship, who's coming in very close on Honky Tonk Man's reign. The champion Gunther will be defending against Drew McIntyre. William has already predicted Drew McIntyre to become the new champion. Bryan is assuming Gunther is going to retain the championship. I think with being so close to the Honky Tonk Man's record, they're not going to pull that championship off Gunther yet. So I'm going with Gunther as my pick. Heather, what's yours?
I picked Drew because him coming back and everything, and I think that he would be a good one to take the title. But like you said, that they are coming up on that whatever. But I picked Drew. But listening to you talking about the record and all that stuff, it's probably going to be Gunther. But yeah, I
who are you
Drew.
choosing? Drew. Okay.
Drew.
All right, Carlos.
Gunther for the win.
Good.
Again, like you already said, there's no way they're gonna get this close and not have him take over Honky Tonk Man's record. Again, this has been something that's been planned for a long time. Eventually, yeah, Gunther is for the win for sure. But I think there'll be shenanigans. I don't think he'll just beat Drew cleanly. But yeah, maybe a returning Randy Orton. Who knows?
Yeah, that'll be interesting right there. Or maybe we'll see the Honky Tonk Man cause a disqualification, or not disqualification, but finds a way to hang on to Gunther's leg and holds him down as Drew's pinning him. kind of like Bobby the Brain Heenan did to the Ultimate Warrior with Rick Rude.
Yeah, Heather, my newest Facebook post is just for you.
Uh-oh.
I mean, my newest Twitter post.
Oh, good Lord.
Wait, you go. We still got one more recording after this, by the way.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I see
it. Why do you get her riled up?
That's funny. It was because I was planning that one or another one, and then when you talked about last night, I go, perfect. This is God speaking to you. This is all the cards.
Oh, you should have seen my hand last night, man. I had all these draw fours and stuff, and the person sitting next to me, she was down to two cards. Yeah, she's down to two cards, and I was like, oh well, I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, Lordy. Why don't we move on to the triple threat for the...
Sorry for having some fun in life, John. My bad.
Oh, no, it's all good. I'm just messing with you. Why don't we move on to the triple threat for the WWE Undisputed Women's Championship? Asuka, the champion, defending against Bianca Belair and Charlotte in a triple threat style match. Carlos, what's your take?
Oh, my gosh. I'm gonna go with Io Sky cashing in her Money in the Bank and winning the championship.
Oh, wow. That's interesting because Bryan also predicted the same thing. So that's going to be interesting. So are you guys thinking this might turn to a 4-way, or are you thinking
Well,
she's
because here's the thing, I really think right now Vince McMahon's in his hospital bed somewhere recovering from his back surgery, and he's gonna go and he doesn't wake up and just say Charlotte, damn it, and so like I'm like hoping Charlotte doesn't win. So I'm gonna hope. Again, I don't think they would cheapen Charlotte's title wins by having her win and having Io Sky just take the title first. So I think Io Sky is going to cash in. I'm hoping for the best because I don't want to see Asuka just lose to these two. And again, I'm going to just hope for the best and go Io Sky cashes in Money in the Bank.
All right.
Because I don't want any of the others to happen. So I'm hoping for the best.
Heather?
I put that Asuka retains. I don't even know why Charlotte is even in this match because I'm so sick of her just coming back and hand me the title because she thinks she's so just deserves everything. She does not even deserve to be in this match. Bianca deserved her rematch. But anything, I think Asuka retains. I hope Asuka retains anyway.
All right. Well, William sided with you on that. He thinks Asuka's also going to keep the championship. I think this one, I'm going to be the oddball on this question. I'm going with Charlotte Flair.
Yes. It's not Charlotte. It's Vince McMahon's creative. Like he just
I think, and the only reason I would say it would go to Charlotte is find a way to get Bianca to go full on heel. However, I think that's going to be a really hard feat to put Bianca heel when you have a lot of people that have resistance towards Charlotte Flair. So it's really going to be interesting to see how they book this match. And I really hope they do it very well compared to years past, because if you don't do something that makes sense, you're going to make that championship lose its luster, but you're also going to give the women's division a real bad look here going on. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar is going to be going into the rubber match. This one's already tied 1-1. Heather, I have a feeling I might know your answer, but why don't we start with you?
I wanted to say Brock because Brock has been just like beating the hell out of Cody and everything, but I'm gonna go with Cody, because I just think it would be the right thing to do, because to finish that story, because they're always saying finish the story. I think it'd be a good end to that, just like that feud or whatever, to just get it the hell out of the way because I don't even know why it happened anyway. But I'm just gonna go with Cody.
All right. That one actually took a twist on me. I thought you were for sure going to go with Brock. All right. Heather changing it up. Look at her go.
Because Brock's a heel now, so she hates him. That's all,
I don't hate him. No, I still like him. He's
very heel face,
No, Brock and John Moxley are still there. Those are the two of the heels that I still like.
Oh, I was going to say, as long as he kicks the shit out of Roman Reigns, you're just going to like
him regardless,
right?
Yeah. Anybody that kicks the shit out of Roman Reigns, cool in my book. Yeah.
Well, William and Bryan are right there with you. They're also going with Cody Rhodes. Carlos, what's your take?
Cody Rhodes, come on. It's like it can't If Brock wins, I might just I want to watch it, but no, it's got to be Cody.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I
wish this was a dog collar match though. I wish this was like a dog collar match. I wish they would just go for it and go all out, but it is what it is.
Yeah, WWE is not going to do dog collar matches. Sorry.
No.
Well, it could be sponsored. It could be sponsored by Petco. Presented by Petco. Why not?
Carlos would be WWE's nightmare of PR there.
No, I wouldn't, because I would show the $1 million check from Petco and be like, "This is why we did it, bitches."
Yeah, I'd be afraid of all the other sponsors pulling out, though. That's the problem. So, yeah, I'm going with Cody. I think he finishes this story. I think it's definitely time to end the little story that Brock and Cody have been doing here. Just to me, it made no sense to do it after SummerSlam anyway. I don't know what the point of using Brock for Cody's destination toward a world championship was, but it just did not intrigue fans very much, including me. So, why don't we go ahead and go from Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar right into the World Heavyweight Championship match between champions Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. William and Bryan already predicted that Seth freaking Rollins will retain the championship. Carlos, what's your thoughts?
Man. I'm gonna take Finn Balor. I'm gonna go for a spoiler.
Ooh, interesting.
As much because I don't know. I think yeah, they like really like Judgment Day. I think if Finn has the belt, it adds to Damian cashing in. Yeah, let's go. And then again, again, it's as much as I think Seth should be the one to keep the belt. This is WWE, so I'm going with Finn Balor.
All right, Heather.
I picked Seth. I think he should retain because he needs to have a long reign. Like, it's just ridiculous to keep giving people the titles and then just keep taking off them while Roman Reigns can just sit on his title and not do shit, not even defend it. So I picked Seth because I hopefully they'll do right and let him have a little bit of a reign besides just taking it off of him.
I'm right there with Heather, Bryan, and William. I'm gonna stick it out with Seth freaking Rollins. I still think it's just too early to pull a championship off if you want it to have almost similar values the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. If you play hot potato with it already, you pretty much make it lose its prestige. I know so many people do not agree with me on that. They'll say, well, it'll still have prestige if Balor holds it, okay, but how long if they decide to have Damian cash it on Balor? You're not going to give it prestige if you make it change that quick. So I think the right move right now would be to either have Seth freaking Rollins retain or have Damian Priest cash it in. And I think having it stay on Seth right now makes more sense than anything. But let's go on to the very last match. And I know this is going to be Heather's favorite match here. She's waiting to see it all take place. Her tribal chief, Roman Reigns, will be defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Jey Uso. Heather, let's get your thoughts up on this because I know you're pretty riled to see this match.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking neighbors are probably going to end up trying to call the police or something because we'll be screaming at the damn TV. But yeah, as much as I hate to say it, Roman's probably going to keep the titles. Because they're still talking him they're wanting him to hold until after WrestleMania and shit. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing with that. But I just see Roman keeping it because there's going to be Solo's going to interfere. It's going to be some kind of bullshit like always with their matches. I'd love Jay to take the title, but I just don't see it happening. And like I said, fuck Roman.
All right.
Heather's next tattoo. Fuck Roman.
So I kind of got a little lost. You said Roman?
Yeah, I said Roman.
Wait, one more time? Who?
I know. I'm
Who was that again?
I think we need to go write this on the calendar, Carlos. Carlos?
That's how bad she wants to win the competition now.
I know. She just wants to rub our nose in shit. That's all. So, Carlos, let's get your prediction.
So again, I know It's going to be Roman Reigns. Like, again, as much as but let me just state this for the record. I'm not going to be mad if Jey Uso wins, because I could definitely see, Roman politicking to give his cousin the limelight. But like me, I already said this, Ted the Hillbilly Hill, our friend, has said, friend of the show, Jay's not the guy. Jey Uso's not the face of WWE. They need to have Cody Rhodes finish the story. Therefore, I'm going with Roman Reigns.
And there we go. Her name's finally popping up. Trisha
Nice.
Ballard. She's sticking with Roman Reigns.
Good girl, Trisha.
And I am
Here
so
comes Hoppe with this prediction.
Yeah,
I
die
on the sword.
I'm so conflicted here. I'm gonna say I've been wanting Jey Uso to be the one to dethrone that championship from Roman. My heart says Jay, but my head is gonna say they're gonna have Roman Reigns retain this championship and make it last up until WrestleMania 40. I'm sorry, Heather, you're gonna have to deal with it. So
let me ask you guys this question really quick to piggyback this one. And again, just because I want people to realize like what Jay already has. A year ago from today, would you have predicted that Jey Uso versus Roman was going to headline SummerSlam?
No.
Heather?
No.
So, and then I think that's what people need to realize. Like, Jey Uso's already been elevated by getting this main event again. He's already been elevated by being the first one to pin Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. So even if it is Roman that does win this one, which we all think he is, like, don't lose fact that Jay's already been elevated with this program with the Tribal Chief. Because I don't think anybody besides our friend of the show, over there at I forget the name of it. The ones that Mooncutters, he's predicted, Jay since Royal Rumble, but nobody else was predicting this. So again, kudos, Jay's already been given a lot by the storyline as it is, but I definitely think he's not the one to finish the story.
No, definitely not. I have a weird feeling, but let's start off with you, Carlos. Do you have any surprise predictions as far as appearance or surprise finishes to the matches?
Yeah, I think The Rock's going to show up. I really do. I think The Rock's going to show up on Grayson Waller effect. And again, I think that adds to why you have Roman holding the title. I think maybe this is the time to do it. And again, if it doesn't happen now, I will quit talking about it. But with the SAG being on strike, with Grayson Waller talking about The Rock so much, I don't think that's by coincidence. I think The Rock's going to show up at SummerSlam.
All right, Heather.
No, I don't see The Rock coming. Like, he didn't even show up for his 25-year anniversary. Like, I don't know. I just don't see Rock even like having anything to do with WWE. I just don't know. He's too much into his Hollywood shit. But yeah,
Hollywood's on strike right now.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'll give you your props if he does.
All right.
Oh wow, she said that out loud.
She's have to wear a Dominic Mysterio t-shirt on TV for
shit.
She needs to wear a Dominic Mysterio shirt on the next recording. That's what we'll do.
Yep.
You buying it? Because I ain't got one.
Oh, I'm sure Carlos and I can pitch in for one.
Yeah, we'll pitch in together and get one for you to wear it.
We need to make sure we overnight it to her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have one possible surprise ending. I think if Solo doesn't cost Jey Uso the championship, I think possibly we may see a swerve from Jimmy on this one. I think that's the only way Roman's retaining the championship, because the last few defenses, he's never been able to do it on his own. So I don't see this one going to be any different. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for our predictions. Why don't we just go ahead and get into our shout outs? Carlos, do you have any shout outs for the week?
Just all of our friends on Twitter in general, the ones who are helping us, the Stage Up Network, again, everyone who does their podcast there, to Royce, again, it's again, Execution 84. Yeah, that's all. I don't mind drawing a blank right now. So sorry. But just everyone who interacts with us on Twitter, thank you guys for having fun with us, helping to engage with us, and helping us build our platform. We appreciate you all.
Heather, do you have any shout outs to give?
No, not really. I mean, just same thing that Carlos said, everybody that's interacted with us on Twitter and helping, build up accounts, engage with us, and just giving us great conversations, and just being there, and to everybody that listens and supports the podcast and everything. Just thanks to everybody,
All right. And I want to give a few podcast shout outs out there. First off to Fan in the Van, Jim Plotner, who's done a very good job shouting us out every week. Thank you for giving us that little rub every episode you do toward the end. Same with the Steel and Teal Talk. Also want to give a shout out to the Is This a Bad Take? Two Dudes Sports News, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, Austin Boyer with the Wrestling World, BC Hunter there with Wrestling with the Truth, Wrestling with the 80s. And also a big shout out to Visit Vegas Places with Coyle. He's been a really good supporter of us lately too. Thank you, Coyle, for all the support you've given us. And with that being said, a big thank you to StreamYard and Spotify for podcasters on becoming our platform and home to creating and listening to the latest episodes of the Wrestling Fans Insight podcast. They have made it possible to listen to our show on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and more. If you happen to like our show, we would appreciate a 5-star review, and if possible, leave us a review for us to read on the air for future recordings. And feel free to go to our website, www.wrestlingfansinsight, and subscribe to get notified of our latest releases. You will also be able to find links to our show on your favorite listening platform. You can also interact with us in many ways. We have a Facebook group called the Fans of Pro Wrestling. Thanks again to Trisha Pilot for helping us out, being the admin of that site. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. You can find me at WF Insight Podcast. Heather?
At Bama Girl _ the number 4 _ EVA, Bama Girl forever.
Carlos?
At C to the LOS 77, at Conquer the No, then also on Instagram at Rainbow Goodness _
Awesome. And we'll be back on August 1st for Tuesday Night Chaos with some of our topics from AEW. Please be safe, be kind, and until next time, please keep being awesome to each other.